Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to unbox these brand new Intel Core Ultra S 200 series processors, and I'm also going to talk about some personal stuff because, long story short, I am not going to have a review up when reviews theoretically go up, which is probably going to be tomorrow, although I'm definitely not confirming that. What I did want to ask for from you guys though is some feedback, because since I won't be doing my typical launch review, I do want to follow up in the next week to do some additional testing. So if you guys check the reviews when they come out tomorrow and you see something that you're like, oh, I'd like to see that tested further, or I saw a cool motherboard that I like and you maybe would like to see me follow up on it, let me know that in the comments down below. But apart from giving you all a look at the kit, basically this is what Intel sends reviewers who are going to be reviewing their latest processors. This is what you get. You get a box, some foam packing. But I also wanted to talk about momentum and how it pertains to YouTube, because that's a big reason why I am making this video. So when it comes to making YouTube videos, there's a couple different approaches in my mind. One is the steady upload approach, and that's the approach that I usually take, making maybe 2 or 3 videos a week, posting those regularly. You move pretty quickly from video to video, but you get more content up for people to view. The other approach is to spend a lot more time and invest a lot more attention to detail in each individual video and hope that individual videos do better because they're better made and more time is invested in each one. A secondary theme of this video is working through adversity. There appears to be a helicopter just hovering above my house, so not much I can do about that. Apologies for the background noise on this one too. But yes, I tend to lean towards the making more videos approach, and hopefully that doesn't mean I'm trading quantity for quality or anything like that. Oh good, there's a train now too. But that's worked for me reasonably well for quite some time. And right now, at least more recently, I've been posting 2 videos a week with the goal of getting back towards posting 3 videos a week. By the way, did you know that these Intel Core Ultra CPUs are made to game and that they are ready for anything? Anyway though, the danger of doing the fewer videos approach is that any one video might not perform well. The YouTube algorithm is very fickle, it's very unknowable, so it's very frustrating to pour a lot of time and effort into a single video and then have that video kind of fall flat or just only do mediocre in terms of views. And I've had that happen plenty of times with videos that I've spent more time on. Looks like my i5 tried to escape. Anyway though, in recent months, I've been trying to spend a lot more time and invest more effort in rebuilding that momentum, getting back towards more consistent uploads while also maintaining quality. And even more recently, I've gotten myself to be at least fairly comfortable uploading shorts, kind of trying to figure that out, whether I like it or not. But the upshot is that it's worked. It's been helpful. My numbers are up, views are up, subscriber counts are up and everything, and that's really good. I've been getting lots of positive feedback from you guys, which I very much appreciate. It feels good to be building that momentum again. Obviously the CPUs are the important thing, but it wouldn't be an Intel review kit without a piece of plexiglass. This time they've put a card in it that has a listing of the processors, including the 3 that they didn't send. Why doesn't Intel send the i7, or I guess the Ultra 7 now? They send the Ultra 9, the Ultra 5, the 7, the one in the middle, which is the 265K and 265KF this time around. They don't like to sample for some reason, and I feel like that's probably one of the more interesting CPUs this time around since it's not going to cost as much money. But I digress, as Jay likes to say. My problem in years past, and again getting back towards the personal side of this discussion, has been sort of this feeling that whenever I really start to build good momentum, something happens or something comes along that sort of derails that, or sets me back, and then I kind of, numbers sort of dip, and then I have to build back up again. There appears to be nothing else in this box. There's this whole section down here that's just empty because Intel's marketing team likes to make these boxes, which are very, it's kind of cool, but like Intel, just send retail boxes. Give me the experience that the people at home are going to get, not this curated, made for reviewers experience, which I'm not saying I don't appreciate it, I'm just saying I don't need it. And I'd rather just have the retail boxes that consumers are gonna get, especially for future videos and stuff like that, when I'm like, hey, here's the parts I'm building with, and here's my Ultra 9 285K, having the retail box for that looks better than this. But anyway, there are multiple things that can sort of pull me away from my regular production schedule. A lot of them, admittedly, are the direct results of my decisions. If I decide to move into an office, for example, and then there's a lot of time spent moving into that office or moving out of the office a year later when I decide to do that. Looking back at just the last 5 years, there was of course all the confusion and everything surrounding COVID. I have a daughter who was born in 2019 and we've been raising her. So I've taken a lot of time away from my production schedule to spend with her, which I do not begrudge at all. I'm totally gonna keep doing that. But there's also been work that we've done here at my house, home remodels, work that we've done more recently on the backyard, of course upgrades that I've made to my garage studio in here too. And I can make content on all that stuff, and I have a fair amount, and I don't want to sound like I'm trying to make excuses or paint myself as a victim or anything like that. I'm just trying to, on a personal level, explain to you guys some of the things that I think about on a regular basis when it comes to production, and again, trying to maintain that momentum. I've also discussed once or twice in the past my personal struggles with depression, and I try not to dwell on that too much because I don't want to present myself as someone who feels like they can help other people who are also dealing with that. But probably the most difficult thing I've gone through in the last 5 years, which was in May 2022, which I did a video about, which was the death of our dog Hero, our big pit bull mastiff mix, who is still very, very missed. And that directly relates to this launch because when Intel shared the dates for this launch and it ended up being October 24th, my first thought was, I have uncancelable family plans that week that really can't be avoided, so that was a big, potential conflict. Then I went and got sick this week, which you might be able to tell I'm still a little bit congested from, so that put a damper on things. But the biggest thing, which I'm still dealing with and which I'm going to be following up on more, is that we lost our other dog, Nori. She passed away Wednesday morning this week on October 16th. And I am shooting this video during a period of numbness in between ugly crying, basically, because we miss her so much. So the reason I'm making this video is to explain to you guys why I'm not going to have those launch benchmarks for these new Intel CPUs in a timely fashion. And I guess also just to try to explain my thought process when stuff like this happens and when I have to make a decision that I don't want to make. This is not the first time that this sort of situation has happened where I've realized I don't have the time to make the video I want to make. Should I make something else instead? Or should I just not make anything? Should I skip a video, miss the launch, and see how the algorithm treats me? And it varies. Sometimes I've done that in the past and it seems like the algorithm doesn't really care. Other times I've slowed down and YouTube is like, how dare you stop posting as many videos as before? We're going to suppress the amount of views that the videos get when you start to make them again. And that is pretty much all I've got. I know this has been a different kind of video, probably a shorter video, but hopefully whether you're interested in what the reviewers get when Intel sends out samples, or a little bit more information on what's going on with me personally and my thought process when it comes to making videos, and should I make a video or should I not make a video? This time around I chose to make the video. So if you guys have any feedback for me, that is always welcome in the comment section down below. And in the future I will, hopefully it's going to be something that only comes around every so often, and there's your first look, or at least my first look in person at the new Intel processors, which I still have to use a cheat sheet for the names. The Core Ultra 9 285K with a 5.7 gigahertz max turbo frequency and 24 cores with 8 P cores and 16 E cores, and it's got 36 megs of L3 cache. Then there's the 245K 5.2 gigahertz max turbo frequency, 14 cores, that's 6 P cores and 8 E cores, 24 megs of cache. And again, per Intel, these launch tomorrow and are available to the public to buy, so reasonable to assume that reviews will probably go up at about the same time too. So keep an eye out for those. Thank you so much for watching this video and bearing with me as I go through a difficult time right now. And I will be back next week with more content, so if you guys have any feedback for me, leave that in the comment section down below. I'll also post a link to my store down there, paulshardware.net, where you can buy yourself some merchandise, including these awesome new mouse mats. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.